Well, let me bring in Phil Mickelson. Let me start with that question, Phil. Do you think Phillip Rivers will be a Hall of Famer?
That's a good question. I don't know the answer to that. I think he's one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL today, and I think the Chargers are getting better and better, and there's a very possible chance that he wins a Super Bowl ring. And if he does, I think they'd be a for sure Hall of Famer.
Who's your favorite team?
The Chargers. Still, I grew up a Charger fan. Always will be.
Your favorite Were you a Dan Fouts fan?
Oh yeah, Eric Coryell and Lionel James and Kellen Winslow and John Jefferson, and it was awesome to watch. Yeah.
Do you like going to the games, or would you rather watch at home?
I like going to the games when I can go with my kids because it's an experience to share with them. But otherwise, it's much more relaxing just watching it at home because you can watch multiple games.
We were wondering this. Have you ever had a job outside of golf?
Yeah, I had a job when I was 8 years old. Oh, you mean outside of golf? Well, I guess that's not really outside of golf. I got a job at 8 years old at the golf course to be able to go play and practice.
Okay.
And did that all the way through high school. So I guess, picking the range and picking up trash and the pins out of the holes late at night, things like that. But it was all really just to be able to play golf.
Oh, so you never worked at like a Wendy's or a Denny's or anything like that?
No.
Is caddying the best way to get into golf if you were telling younger kids?
No, I think that it's a good way. I think it's a great way, but I think the best way to get the game is to go down to your local municipal course. There's clinics, there's opportunities for juniors to play, and that's the best way to get started. That's how I think I would get my kids started. I had them lessons and got them in clinics and stuff early on.
Phil Mickelson joining us, coming off the win in Mexico. Tiger said he was inspired by your win on Sunday. Did you see that?
Well, I think that we've gotten pretty close over the last couple of years with the team events and his great leadership that he's had as a vice captain of the Ryder Cup and President's Cup. And we've had a really good relationship the last few years, and we've been pulling hard for each other because we both know and believe that we have the ability to play and compete against these great players. And we know how great the players are today. They're phenomenal. But we also know and believe that we can play and compete against them. And so seeing somebody do it, I think he's always one up to me in my career. And I wouldn't be surprised if he came out this week and won just to one up me again.
But how frustrating. You're a Hall of Fame golfer, and you're a competitor, but when somebody one-ups you, like, how does that feel?
Well, it's first of all, that sucks, but let me say this. I have an appreciation for the fact that I played and competed against Tiger for all these years, and in fact, I believe I would not have played as well as I have throughout my career had it not been for him, nor would I have elongated my career to this point and have my body be healthy and so forth had it not been for him. He's the one that got me started working out back in 2003. And granted, a lot of my fitness is hidden under layers of fat, but I've worked hard to strengthen all the muscles that support my spine, my knees, my shoulders, to help elongate my career. And Sean Cochran, my trainer, has been very good at that. In fact, I'm going to hop in the gym here as soon as we get off the phone. And so doing these things has allowed me to elongate my career.
All right, let's go around the room. How much we think Phil Mickelson can bench? All right. Over, under 225. Seton? Who's going over? Paulie's going over. Everybody but Seton. So can Phil Mickelson, this is his max all-time bench press. Rory.
Okay, so here's the thing, Dan. Okay. You're talking about a bench press, which I would never do, because your entire spine and back is relaxed while you're creating a movement. What I would do is a bunch of TRX push-ups, where you have your hands in an unstable platform. I would elevate my feet on a physio ball, and if you want to see how many push-ups I could do on that, that would be a better judgment, because when I do a bench press, say, and I'm working my chest muscles, what I really want to work are my shoulder muscles, the rotator cuff muscles that support the my shoulders as well as my spine. So I want to activate my core. For golf, you would never want to be fully relaxed and just work your big muscles. That makes no sense. That's how you get hurt.
Well, Rory he said he can do 260, but he's a bench press guy, I think. But okay, hypothetically, what do you think you
He's
could
had
bench?
a lot of injuries too, and he's 25 or whatever.
Oh, I know. And Brandel Chambly called him out for getting too muscle bound there. So hypothetically, what do you think?
Nobody's ever called me out for that.
Hypothetically, bench press, how much?
Right around what you said. I would guess.
225.
I would guess, but again, I've never done it. I only do push-ups on the TRX, and I'll make it harder by elevating my feet, getting more underneath the TRX, putting my feet up against the wall, things like that, so that it's a lot more pressure. But I would never do a bench press.
We were also wondering about this when, the approach, like when does Augusta start to come into how you play or when you prepare for that as you're playing in these other tournaments?
It enters your mind after the PGA Championship, so you're thinking about it for 7 months or so. But January 1 is where you start to kind of map out a game plan on how to get ready for Augusta, because you want to hit the ball as long as you can that week. So you start mapping out workout programs. You start mapping out practice sessions that are developed to increase speed. And then as we near now we're about a month away, and we start having these certain workout programs all the way up to the Masters, and practice sessions to do work on certain parts of your game and so forth. So right now I'm working on. I've got a practice session later today to work on lag putting, speed, and so forth, and all in preparation for Augusta.
Have you ever had one of those Justin Thomas moments where you had somebody ejected, a heckler?
I'm sure we have, but I haven't had to deal with it. I've had either, Bones has been great about that in the past, our security guards and so forth. But, you don't want one or two people who kind of cross the line and make everybody look bad. And so it's just easier to have some people be kicked out. I don't know specifically the moments that has happened, but I'm sure it has.
I also saw where Jimmy Walker, PGA Tour player, was talking about, he slammed the USGA about possibly reducing these, the distance these golf balls go. Did you see that story with the USGA and the R&A where there's studies looking at, do we reduce how far you can hit it?
I saw the study. Yeah. Did you? What did you think?
Well, I don't want to lose these great golf courses. I still want them to play like they should play. I understand modern technology, but I do think it's gotten a little out of hand. I think it's a little crazy, the distance that guys are hitting the ball.
Yeah, there's certainly that rule of thought. I don't know, I don't know how to agree or disagree in the sense that I agree with what you're saying. I also don't feel as though the guys who have been getting in the gym, working out, like the Dustin Johnsons and the McIlroys and guys that have been getting after it, should be punished because they are increasing their distance. We've all known that the USGA capped the overall distance in drivers and balls and so forth years ago. So you can really mostly attribute it to the athletes getting better, and I don't feel that's right to punish them either. So I'm kind of caught in the middle.
But if I reduce the distance it can go, the guys who still hit it longer are still going to hit it longer than the other guys. You're still going to have that separation. You're just not going to be driving par fours. That's the point that I wanted to make.
If you reduce it to 10% and the guy that hits it 280 yards, he's going to lose 28 yards. The guy who hits it 330, he's going to lose 33 yards. So you're going to punish him more. You're going to.
But you've played courses where, and I don't know if the scores are reflective of that, but back when you were 27 and playing a course at 47, that it's a different course now for some of these guys, and I don't know if that makes the game better or not. Maybe that's what the bottom line is.
Yeah, I don't know the answer to that. I don't really have a strong opinion because I kind of have feelings both ways on it.
We wanted to know if the shirts, by the way, are tapered just to show the guns as well. Like, does Callaway make those shirts just to taper to show off your arms?
This is one of the nicest things that anybody has ever said to me. Thank you.
And the answer is?
They're like custom fitted, yeah.
Okay. But they're meant to accentuate. It sends a message to the rest of the field, right? Is that what you're saying?
No, they were just kind of, tailored to me. But I really appreciate, this is probably the one question I appreciate the most. Thank you for that.
Maybe we sponsor one of your biceps here. Maybe we can get the show and we get one of your right sleeve instead of your left sleeve there.
So everything is negotiable.
I'm sure it is. Hey, congrats on the win. That was awesome. LeBron said he's better now than he was when he was 25. He's playing at an all-time high. You're 47, I believe. How are you better than 27?
In areas, for sure. There's a number of areas of my game that if I look back 10, 15 years ago, I feel like I'm significantly better. Certainly, my overall course management, the way I view a course, I play much more conservative for my current shot and the ability to be more aggressive for my next shot, where I was always aggressive in the past. I feel like that's reduced a lot of my mistakes. And certainly I've gotten a ton better at putting. I'm one of the number one or two in just about every putting stat this year and have significantly gone up the last couple of years through years of trial and error and so forth. And I'm actually becoming a very average driver, which is a huge step up for me. So I used to give away a lot of shots on the strokes gained driving, and now I'm not giving any away. I'm just about dead even. And so that is a huge step up also. But it's a lot more work for me to be able to do this. It's a lot more work before the round. It's a lot more work after the round. I'm not able to go to, say, dinners after the round. I have to take 3-4 hours to recover because I want to be fresh and ready the next day. My work schedule is different. For me to be able to hit as many balls as I have to hit, I've got to put a lot more time in the gym, and I've got to have a lot more time recovering at night. So it's a lot more effort, but I love this challenge of being able to play and compete against these guys, and I'm willing to and enjoying putting in that effort.
If you were caddying for a 25-year-old, 27-year-old Phil Mickelson, what would you tell him?
What would I tell him? That's a good question. I don't know. I'd probably just stay out of the way.
Did Bones stay out of the way?
He was awesome. I mean, we had a lot of success together, and we had a very good dynamic. We kind of grew up together, if you will, because we spent 25 years together. So we both kind of evolved. We both were different. We were different starting out than we ended up, and we both kind of grew and evolved together.
Final question. If you didn't become a golfer, what was plan B?
I would enjoy doing a number of things. I love to argue, so I think I'd be a decent litigator. I oftentimes will take the opposite side from what I feel or believe, just simply to have a good debate. I just enjoy that, and I think that'd be a field that I would enjoy is litigation.
I love that you're so competitive that you'll take the other side just to see if you could win the other side.
I think that's important, though, in any debate, is also understanding the other side.
Sure.
Whether you agree with it or not, you need to know both sides before you can really have an informed opinion.
Well, enjoy the week off, if that includes a week off with all the practice. But congratulations. And by the way, I love the commercial with your daughter voicing the commercial.
I appreciate it. It's been fun. It's been fun. So thank you, and thanks for having me on too. I appreciate over the many years of my career all your support. You've been wonderful, and I appreciate it.
My Rogue driver doesn't go as far as yours does. Just want to let you know.
No, but if you swung it a little bit faster, it would.
Oh, okay. I'll try that. Thank you, Phil. Good to talk to you. All right, that's Phil Mickelson. Just won in Mexico there at age 47.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV or download the Dan Patrick Show app.